Today we got some bad news about the homie Boosie. Just when you thought things were cooling down for him, it seems like his legal troubles are far from over. Boosie is back in the headlines with some fresh federal charges. If you've been following his story, then you already know he was arrested in San Diego in 2023. Well, less than 2 weeks after a federal judge just dismissed the previous case against him, the U.S. Attorney's Office hit him with a new indictment. That's right, y'all. Boosie is now facing 2 counts of firearm possession, one for interstate commerce as a convicted felon, and another for knowingly possessing a firearm while using controlled substances. Alright, so how did we get here in the first place? Let's take it back a bit. Boosie was initially charged with possession of a firearm as a felon in interstate commerce. But here's where it gets interesting. That case was dismissed thanks to a recent federal court precedent that found the law unconstitutional for non-violent offenders. Sounds like a win for Boosie, right? Not so fast though. The new indictment is basically a reassertion of the same allegations with a focus on seeking court-mandated forfeiture of all firearms and ammunition involved. If Boosie is convicted on a second charge, he could be looking at a maximum prison sentence of 10 years. Boosie went on social media to express his frustration over these new charges. On X, Boosie said, "I'm on vacation with my family. My lawyer calls and says this federal prosecutor has indicted me again on the same charge. This is a circus." Alright, so that's what Boosie said. And Boosie even used the hashtag Justice for Boosie. You can feel the frustration in his words. Imagine thinking you're in the clear, only to be dragged back into the same legal battle. So what exactly went down in San Diego that led to these charges? It all started in May 2023 when Boosie was in the Cholas View neighborhood to film a music video and perform at a local club. During an Instagram live, police peeped a dude with a black handgun tucked into his waist in the backyard. That man was later identified as Boosie. He left the scene before officers arrived, but the police used a helicopter and tracked him down and conducted a traffic stop. They found 2 loaded handguns in the vehicle. Boosie's bodyguard was driving and also taken into custody, but he wasn't charged. The local prosecutors initially tried to charge Boosie with firearm possession. When those charges were dropped, the ATF stepped in and arrested him on a federal charge. Boosie pleaded not guilty, and he was released on a $100,000 bond. After the case was dismissed, Boosie posted a celebration video on IG. It looked like he was ready to move on with his life. But now with these new charges, it seems like his legal battles are far from over. Boosie is scheduled for another arraignment on August 2nd in San Diego County Federal Court. If he's convicted, the consequences could be severe. This isn't Boosie's first run-in with the law, but it's definitely one of the most serious in many years. What's crazy is that despite his past accusations of violent crimes, he has only been convicted for non-violent crimes. This just shows how complex the legal system is, especially when it comes to gun laws and federal charges. Boosie's case highlights some of the challenges surrounding firearm possession laws for convicted felons. The dismissal of his initial case due to a federal court precedent shows that the legal system is always evolving. However, the new indictment shows that federal prosecutors are determined to pursue these charges, which makes things much more complex. Boosie's outspokenness on social media demonstrates how it's affecting him. His posts not only express his personal frustration, but also resonate with his fans and followers who also share the same opinion about the justice system. The hashtag Justice for Boosie has been trending, showing the support he's receiving from his community. This kind of public support can sometimes influence the way these cases are perceived, adding pressure to the legal proceedings. His arraignment on August 2nd will be a critical moment in this chaos. His legal team better gear up to fight these charges, and Boosie will need to handle this situation with care. What do y'all think about these new charges against Boosie? Do you think the federal prosecutors are being too harsh? Or do you believe they have a solid case? Leave your comments down below. Personally, I think Boosie must have some major enemies for him to keep getting caught up in these gun charges like this. I suggest that he keep armed security with him who have the proper license for that stuff. The talent should never have to do the dirty work. But that's just my opinion. What's crazy though is that young Jeezy actually warned Boosie years ago about these kind of things when it came to his hood in Baton Rouge. Click the video on the screen to hear exactly what he said. And make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified every time I post. Peace.